Hi, and welcome to our Friday afternoon jump off to the weekend, which is always fun. I am going to try and adjust this just a little to see if I can, maybe not. Okay. Well, we will just make some concessions. So today we are going to be making 4 really pretty cards with the birthday celebrations bundle. And we will be using the Wildflower Birthday Designer Series paper. And I'd like to show you this paper because it's really pretty. Let me grab it. Here we go. So these are all of the papers that you get in this set. So the first one has a bunch of gold foil on it. It's just a lot of birthday cakes, which is really pretty. And it's followed by some stripes that are the pretty and pink and the soft sea foam, just really pretty colors. Next we have some more foil paper with the blueberry bushel and the pretty and pink flowers with some old olive leaves and some pool party flowers. And then a background paper with the soft sea foam that's really nice. Next we have a pool party that looks like it has these gold banners going across it, which is great for any type of celebration, whether it's birthday, retirement, just whatever you want it to be. And then we have this pretty background paper that's a cream color with the soft sea foam leaves. It's really nice. Then we have another paper that has the flowers on it. This is more of a white background. That last one was a pool party background. And then it has the blueberry bushel leaves with the pretty and pink and the pool party roses, just really pretty. And then the back of that one is this pink gingham, which is just gorgeous, really cute. And then you have a sheet of paper that looks like this. I don't know if you can see all of it. I tried to adjust my camera up, and for some reason it's not wanting to go up. But you'll get a closer up view of the cards that we're doing today. And this one has tags and different things. As you can tell, I've already cut out some of the sentiments that I used for some scrapbooking stuff. And then the back of this one has the peach pie background with the little flowers that's super cute. And then there's also 2 sheets of all of these die cuts. And I don't want to pull them out because a lot of these are loose. But you've got balloons, you've got leaves, you've got a cake, cupcakes, little flowers, banners. I mean, it's just, you've got these banners down here that are super adorable. So lots of pretty stuff in this paper pack. So if you're looking for a good paper pack to either make cards or scrapbooking pages with, this is certainly a great go-to for that. So today we are going to be using the birthday celebration bundle. In this bundle comes all of the stamps that we're going to be using today. You also have quite a few dies. There's a really nice tag die, and then you also have a lot of the numbers as well as these small banners and also these little tassels, which could be great for graduation or anything like that. So lots of great uses for this, and not just cards, but you can make all kinds of fun things with it. So just to let you know, if you place an order of $35 or more by Tuesday, February 11th using this host code, then I will send you a card kit to make the 4 cards that we are making today. It will include everything with the exception of the embellishments that we are using, and we will be using the party dots, which are super cute. They come in the peach pie, the pool party, and the pretty and pink, And you will see we will be using those on all 4 of our cards today. So if you would like to get the embellishments also, then place your order for $50 or more, and I will send you a pack of these. And just to let you know, since celebration is going on, if your order is $60 or more, you will also be able to pick out a celebration item, which is always nice. I'm going to try and change this light so you get a little better lighting maybe. So that is that. Just to let you know, a couple other things that are going on right now, since we are in the middle of celebration, you have the ability, if you would like, to join my team, and I would love to have you on my team. My team is full of hobbyists. We have a great time. What that means is you get to purchase whatever you would like and get a minimum 20% discount. That discount will last through at least June of this year. Excuse me. And you will be able to order things ahead of time. Like right now, we are in a pre-order period for the new online exclusives that will be starting next month. And you can actually choose some of those pre-order items if you would like to put that in your starter kit. So what is the starter kit? Well, basically, it is a kit that you devise of any of the products that you like. And so the cost for you is $99 plus tax. There is no shipping. And with that, you will receive $125 in products, plus you will also get your choice of either, I'm looking for my stamp set, for, I am so sorry. I have been fighting a cold all week and I thought I was doing better. Here we go. I found it. You will receive your choice of, you can get $125 in products, plus you select 2 of the packages of the Stampin' Right markers, which is nice because these retail for $35 a piece, and the Handmade Designs stamp set that they will send to you. And this is great because you can really color all of these with the markers, and they're super cute. But if you don't really want the markers or the stamp set, you can add on $30 to your $125. So then you would pay $99 plus tax, and you would get to select $155 in products. So if you are interested or want more information, you can go to my website at inkycreationsbylinda.com, and I have a page on there for Join My Team, and you can get more information on there. It will also tell you more of the benefits. I do have a Facebook group for my team, and I upload my PDF tutorials in there. So it's kind of nice. You get free PDF tutorials every month in addition to all of that. So if you are interested, please feel free to go to my website. And if you have questions, you can always leave a comment here, and I'll be happy to give you my phone number, or we can text or email, whatever works best for you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. There is no future obligation to order anything else, and that's one of the things that I love about Stampin' Up. And I have people all the time to get the starter kit, and they don't ever get anything else. But then I have a lot of people to get the starter kit. They don't do it for a business, but they love our products because there's just so many fun things coming out on a consistent basis that they get to be their own best customer, and that's really fun as well. And finally, the only other thing I wanted to mention is if you are interested in becoming a part of my club, there is also on my website a page for my monthly card club, and you can do that. I will show you, I do have a sneak peek on that page right now that shows you the cards, but just to give you a sneak peek, these are the ones for February, and if you're interested, you need to sign up by the 15th, and these are $35 plus shipping if you're a part of the club. If you're not, it's $5 more. So it's either 35 plus 9, and if you don't want to do the club, there is an option on there to do the one-time subscription, and it is $5 more. This month you will get a full or a half pack of the Bokeh Designer Series paper, along with a full package of the two-tone sparkle gems, as well as this really cute Baker's Twine in the 3-color pack. So you will be using all of that on your cards, and you will also get a detailed PDF tutorial that will give you instructions. So with that, let's go ahead and get started on today's cards, and I will pull out the host code and everything again at the end. Also, if you have not joined my email list, if you would like to do that, then you will get all the information on doing each of these things, and you'll be the first to know whenever things are coming up. So today we are going to be starting with a Pretty in Pink base, and then you will fold your card kit in half. I'm not going to go over what the inside of the card would look like, but you will always get a sheet of, especially if it's a colored card base, I will give you a piece of white cardstock, and in this case, a piece of the Gingham Designer Series paper to put on the inside. And then for the outside, we have a couple of different things. Let me give you some measurements for this. Pull this off so I don't forget. On the Cake Designer Series paper, this is actually 3 by 4, and then the pink Gingham Designer Series paper is 4 1/4 by 2. So we are going to glue this onto our card base. No, we are not. Before we do that, see, this is where I get myself in trouble, because I design these and then I don't make them up usually for at least a week or two, and by then I've worked on something else and I always forget what goes in which step. So before you glue anything down, what we want to do, and this is, as you can tell, just a used piece of paper that I have used a lot of times. We are going to take Pretty in Pink ink, and then we are going to take this cute little banner stamp, and we are just going to stamp some of these banners on the front of our card, just to kind of give it a little bit of texture, and you don't have to worry if it doesn't go all the way down, because your Designer Series paper is going to cover up some of this. So you just want to put some of these on there, kind of random. We'll put another one kind of right here. And then I think we should be good to go with that. All right, so now what we're going to do, move this out of the way, is we are going to take our pink Gingham Designer Series paper, and we are just going to glue this on the middle part of the paper. So I'm going to use the multi-purpose glue. You can use the Stampin' Seal, whatever the adhesive of your choice is. I'm going to check one thing really quick. All right, I just wanted to make sure I was live in the right page. All of a sudden I had a fear that maybe I went live in another page, but I didn't. So, all right. And so then you're going to take this piece of designer series paper with the birthday cakes. Isn't this just super cute? I love all the colors in it and the foil. It's just really nice. And we are going to put this at an angle, and I'm going to glue this flat. So you will just take your adhesive and kind of angle it to where it just looks like you want it to look. The nice thing is there's no right or wrong. You're not going to get it crooked. So that's the nice thing. And then you're going to have this die cut piece of white cardstock, and we are going to stamp on this Happy Cake Day, because there's nothing better than having good birthday cake. So one of the things that I do like about the stamps in this set is they have a lot of individual words. Okay, my light is like right where I'm leaning over. So if these come out a little bit crooked, we're going to blame it on the light today. Hopefully they won't. All right, so there's our happy. And then next, we're going to stamp our cake. There we go. And then finally, the word day. But in this stamp set, all of these words are separate, which is nice because you can mix and match them with other sentiments that are also, and I pressed that just a little bit too hard, but we're going to just leave it there. And if we want to, we could always put, it didn't come out that way on my sample, so not really sure how I wound up with ink there, because that doesn't usually happen. So we are going to use dimensionals to pop this up. So I'm just going to grab a few of the large dimensionals. Put one down here in the middle just to make sure it adheres all the way around. Are you guys ready for the weekend? I'm always glad whenever it's Friday afternoon. If you are watching, please feel free to let us know where you're watching from. All right. So then we are going to just kind of put this on here, just kind of straight. And it, you know, there's not a rhyme or reason. I'm going to make it to where the right side kind of kicks out a little bit onto the pretty and pink, just because I like that. And then we are going to take, these are some of those cutouts that are in the paper pack, and they're just super cute. But we're going to take that and use a mini glue dot and put that onto the corner of our die cut tag. If I can pull the glue dot off. All right, and I'm just going to kind of stick that in the middle so that it will adhere. There we go. And just stick that right there. And then you will also have a cupcake cut out in your kit from me. And these also came from that. And we are just going to put this kind of in the corner over here. So I'm going to put a dimensional on this side and a glue dot on this side just to make sure that everything adheres. So let's see if I can do this without stabbing myself. Put that right there. Let me grab a small dimensional. The slide is driving me crazy because it's right where I'm trying to lean over. All right, so here we go. We'll just kind of put this right here. And then there is this ribbon that's actually a part of this suite. And it's really pretty. It's this gold like weave fabric. But what we're going to do is we're just going to take a piece of it and literally tie it in a knot. So we're just going to cut a piece of it off, and this will be in your kit. And so this is pretty simple. All we're going to do is take it and just literally tie it in a knot. If I can get my fingers out of it. And then you can trim it to make it even. And then we are just going to use a glue dot and adhere this to the edge right here, and then we'll trim the sides. So let me grab a glue dot. And then we will put this kind of right here. And then we will trim these sides a little bit. Whoops. There we go. I'm going to move this, try moving this one more time to see if I can get this to make it a little easier to operate. All right, so then here, and so then we're going to take our embellishments and just decorate the front of our card. And to me, this is always the most fun because the card itself is really cute and really fun. But once you put the little party dots on here, it really makes a difference, which is kind of fun. These are just super cute and easy to work with. So it just is fun to kind of decorate with these. And then we'll do one more kind of up here. And then we'll do another one. How about over here? That works. All right. So here is card number 1. So what do you think? Do you like it? I think it's really fun. And it, you know, this gold on the side just kind of gives it a little bit of flair, but it's not too much, which is kind of fun. So there you go. There's card number 1. All right. Card number 2 is also going to use a pretty and pink background, but we are going to have it shaped the other way in that it's going to be a landscape card that is the 4 1/4 by 11, and then you'll trim off 1 1/4 inch on one side. So this one is pretty fun. It's a little bit of a fun fold. And so we will go ahead and put that together. So you are going to start with this card base, and then you will have a piece in your kit that is the embossed with the Starstruck, which is one of the embossing folders that is a part of the celebration free items that you can get right now. And so we are just going to adhere this to the front of our card. I love the tone on tone sometimes. It just adds a little bit of specialty that is just kind of fun. All right, so we're just going to glue that down. And then the next thing you will have is you will have a die cut that is the blueberry bushel in a basic white cardstock. And these were cut with the Spotlight on Nature dies. So the first thing we're going to do is let's decorate this white die, or the white die cut. So I'm going to grab my scratch paper, and I am going to use Pretty and Pink ink and just use a blending brush and put a little bit of ink kind of in the middle. So I'm going to start over here so that I don't have like a big blob on my die. Okay, so it's not a lot. You just want to put a hint of a shadow there. And then the next thing that we're going to do, and this is where I wanted to give you an idea of, you know, sometimes you may not always have the stamp set that we're using, but this is where you can interchange these. I am using the stamp set, Unbounded Love. I wanted to get this for you so you could see it. And we are going to be using the one that says, may all your wishes come true, and then the happy birthday. I love the fonts that are on this set, and this is in the annual catalog, but you can find this on my online store. For Unbounded Love, there are also a lot of great dies if you want to get the bundle, because the dies kind of match some of the sentiments, which is nice. So if you wanted to make a tag, you could do that. But super cute set with really nice fonts. So we are going to write, may all your wishes come true in Blueberry Bushel. And we are just going to stamp that in the middle of this circle. Okay? Like that. Kind of put that up. And then what we are going to do, I'll set this off to the side, is glue this to our Blueberry Bushel die cut that you'll have. And just put some adhesive back there. And just kind of center this on your circle. Here we go. Okay. And then we are going to, before we glue anything on the inside, the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and start assembling some of this. So you will also have a piece of this Blueberry Bushel, and it will be scored for you. And the measurements of this is 4 inches by 3/4. And it's going to be scored, and you will want to just fold it where the score line is. And we're going to adhere this one piece right here on the edge. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of adhesive back here. And then you'll just want to kind of put it in the middle and kind of put it toward the edge. And then we're going to cover that up with a piece of designer series paper. So you'll have 2 pieces of designer series paper in your kit. One will be a little wider than the other. And so but they're both the same length. So when this one is 4x1 and this one is 4 by 3/4. So we're going to take the one that's 4 by 1, and we're going to adhere this right here on top of this scored piece of the Blueberry Bushel that we just put down, so that we can kind of hide that little scored piece. So we will just put it like this. And just try to even it up a little bit. It's one thing I love about the multi-purpose glue is it gives me a little more time to make sure I get things in the right order. Okay, so for the inside, we are just simply, so this is a 4x4 piece of white cardstock, basic white. So we are just simply going to stamp in the center, Happy Birthday with Blueberry Bushel ink. And we can go ahead and do that before we adhere this down. I like to stamp first, just in case I mess it up. Because if I do, sometimes I want to flip that cardstock over and redo it. All right, there we go. I love the font on this set. And again, this is from the Unbounded Love stamp set, is where these particular fonts and stamps came from. On this particular, only on this one card. On all the others, we're using the stamps from the birthday celebration bundle. So we are going to put some adhesive on here. and just kind of adhere this to the inside of your card. Okay, and then you'll take the smaller piece of designer series paper that we talked about earlier, that's the 4 by 3/4, and we're just going to glue this to the bottom just to kind of give it a little extra finishing touch. One of the things I like to do a lot is take our designer series paper and put it on the inside just to kind of make it coordinate a little better. You can also use it on the envelopes, which is super nice because it really decorates your envelope, especially whenever these ones have the gold foil in them. They're just pretty. Okay, so now you have a card that looks like this. So you will also have a small piece of designer series paper, and this actually comes from the page in this paper designer series paper set that is one of the tags, and this is cut in half. So this is a 1/2 inch by, let me see what this is, 1/2 inch by 3 1/4. So we are just going to take this, and I want to line up the right hand side. Your circle is going to cover up this part. So if this isn't completely even, it won't matter, but you do want to line up the right hand side. So I am just going to put some adhesive on the back of this. And just try to get that in the center. There we go. Okay. And then what we are going to do is take a couple of dimensionals and put them toward the ends of this, and then we will attach this to that. And that's how this part will become attached. So let's use some of our larger dimensionals, and we'll put one right at the end, then we'll put another one just a little bit over from that. There we go. And then we are just going to kind of center this and try and get it straight like that, okay? And then you will have a little plastic bag that will have several of the cutouts that are in here for you. And so we are just going to adhere those to our card. I'm going to use glue dots on the majority of these. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start putting these together. So I'm going to put this one kind of at the bottom. So let me grab some glue dots. Whoops, I almost dropped this. And I'm just going to kind of put this kind of in the middle down here. I don't put a lot of glue dots on it because I want to be able to tuck things underneath it. And then we have this really cute blue leaf. I'm sure we would never have a blue leaf in real life, but it makes a beautiful card. So we'll go with it for today for sure. All right, and we're just going to kind of tuck this in and try not to cover up our words and put that like that. And then you will have a little gold metallic leaf. And so we'll put a couple of glue dots on it. Put another one right here. I almost had glue dots flying across the room. That's always fun. And then you can just kind of tuck this however you think it works best. I just try to do it around the words so it kind of frames them. And then you will have some type of a blue flower. In this case, we have a rose. Some of the others are, I don't know, maybe a pansy. I'm not really sure. I think so, though. But they're just really pretty. I love the colors in this set. They're just refreshing and kind of fun. All right, so we'll put that one right there. And then finally, you will have a little leaf that's kind of the old olive colors. And so we will just kind of tuck that into the top up here, okay? So finally, what we're going to do is I will put in your kit some of the gold linen thread. Is that what it's called? Gold twisted thread. And I'm going to make a double bow for this, just to give it a little bit more substance. So just take 2 strands of this and just tie a bow. It's not anything super fancy, but it just kind of makes it stand out a little more than if it was just a single one. Okay, so let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. And then maybe pull this down a little bit. There we go. And then just kind of trim this out to where it's all about the same length. And then we will use a glue dot to adhere this. I really like this particular layout of this card design. I don't do this very often, but it's just kind of a fun thing. And then we'll go ahead and use some of our party dots again and decorate the front. So I'm going to use one of them and kind of put it in the center of the rose. And I'm using the pink party dots. And again, if your order is $50 or more, you will get a full package of these along with your kit. And then we will put a couple more just kind of up here on the circle. And so this is card number 2, which is kind of fun. May all your wishes come true. And then you open it up and it says happy birthday. So it's just kind of a fun card that's a little different than your standard card that you would get from someone. All right, so our next card is going to involve some embossing, which is always fun. I did do some of this embossing ahead of time so that you would not have to watch me emboss and all of that, because I felt like it would take too long. And so we will go through. So this one will have a pool party cardstock base, and it's just 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then in addition to that, you will have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 pretty in pink, and then a piece of the designer series paper. If you're looking at the pack and you don't know which one this is the one where the back is the soft sea foam. And so this is 5 by 3 3/4. So we're just going to kind of layer these together, and then we will put the rest of the pieces on it, because that's what makes it. I mean, the designer series paper itself is beautiful, but once you start layering some of this, that's what really adds the magic. So there we go. There's our pretty in pink. Now we'll center our designer series paper. I think this paper is just absolutely gorgeous. I think I've probably said that now about 15 times, so I apologize if I keep saying it over and over. It's like every time I look at it, I think, oh, wow, that's so pretty. All right, and then you will have a basic white cardstock tag, and I have already embossed this with gold. And so it's just going to say happy birthday. And so you can use your tag and do the embossing, but I'm not going to bore you with watching me doing that. However, I did want to show you, I don't know, several months ago, maybe in the last 6 months, Stampin' Up! Kind of redid their embossing powders. And these are the Wow embossing powders. This one is the metallic gold, but these are just absolutely stunning. They're so pretty. And we're going to use the white embossing powder on the next card. So if you don't have embossing powders, or if you have some of the old ones and you want to try out the new ones, I think they're well worth the investment. So we are going to put this on with dimensionals. So I am going to put some dimensionals on here. I've always loved embossing, whether it's dry embossing or this kind with the powders. But to me, it just really makes your cards stand out. It's so pretty. So, and then we are just going to adhere this. And I kind of did it, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. And just kind of put it not quite to the edge of the designer series paper, but pretty close. And just pop that up with dimensionals down there. And then you will have a little plastic bag with all of your other pieces in it. And so you will have a little banner, and you will have to cut this a little bit because it's a little longer than what we need it to be. And then you will have, I've already fussy cut around mine, but this is the designer series paper, and I just fussy cut around one of the cakes. I will put a piece of the designer series paper in your kit, and then you'll have to fussy cut around it. But we're just going to take that and adhere it here with glue dots. And where did I put my glue dots? Here they are. Do you guys ever lose things as you're crafting? Some days. My mom used to always have a saying, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. And I think that a lot some days. All right, so we're just going to put that there. And then the next thing we're going to do is adhere this. So you can do this a couple ways. You can use glue. You can use self-adhesive strips. You can use glue dots, whatever you would like. I think today I'm actually going to use glue dots because I don't want it to get messy. And I know that I'll have to kind of ball them up a little bit, but at least that way I don't have a bunch of extra glue all over our card front. And then I'm just going to use 2 for right now because when I put the tassels on, they will kind of hold this in place as well. Okay. So what I did was I started up here in the corner and just kind of started there, and then I just kind of came down. And then you want to take your snips and you just want to kind of cut this toward the edge of the pretty and pink so that it doesn't go much further than that. And then we are going to just kind of layer these, and I am going to use dimensionals on these to give them a little bit of height, and I'm going to use the smaller dimensionals, and I'm not going to put a lot of them on each one, just maybe 1 or 2, because it doesn't really take a lot. And then that way they will also kind of hold down that gold strip, which is kind of nice. So we'll put the first one so that we can kind of get this in place. There we go. And then the next one is we'll just kind of alternate these. So then you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll have 4 of the pretty and pink and 3 Is that right? Yeah, 3 of the Pool Party in your kit. And these have already been die cut for you. And so we will just go ahead and put these down. One thing that I also did was when I put the dimensionals on these, let me show you. I tried to put this second dimensional a little bit higher. That way, if you want to, you know, kind of, because these are kind of cut apart. So if you want to, like, take these and make them, you know, kind of curl or something, you can certainly do that. So then we're going to take this one and just kind of have it go just kind of next to the pink one. So then let's do a pink one next, and you can just alternate them. I mean, obviously you can put them however you'd like. It's your card. But this is the way I did mine whenever I was working on the examples the other day. Okay, so put this one right here, and then we'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and stick a bunch of dimensionals on these so that it'll go a little quicker. If I can turn this over, there we go. So let's just kind of put these together real quick. We're just going to put one on each one. These little tassels are super cute. I think these would be great for a graduation card. I don't know. And you know, now it's so nice because we have everything from kindergarten through, you know, college and doctoral and everything else degrees. So it's kind of fun to be able to celebrate all of these. All right, and then we'll do a pink one. Just kind of put this one up here. And then we'll do our final 2. Here we go. And just kind of, you know, mix and match them however you want to do that. And then we'll use our dimensionals and just throw a few dimensionals. I kind of decided to go with the pink and the, whoops, I don't think I got the whole thing on that one. I kind of decided to use the pink and the Pool Party dimensionals on these just because I thought the card kind of had that. So it was kind of fun to, you know, mix and match all of that. And you can put as many or as few as you want. You could also mix in these peach pie ones, which would be super cute also. So this is card number 2. So happy birthday. I think that would be a really fun card to get in the mail. All right, so our last card is going to use a soft seafoam base. And we are also going to have some embossing on it, which I've already done. And so I will show you what we are doing with that. And this one is a standard card base. You're 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then you will have a piece of the Pool Party DSP that has the little gold banners on it. That's super cute. And we are just going to adhere this to the front, kind of at an angle where it goes up a little bit. And this piece is, let me get my measurements out so I don't tell you wrong. The Pool Party DSP is 3 3/4 by 5. And so we are going to adhere that onto there. and just kind of, you know, it doesn't have to be a severe angle, but you want to make sure it doesn't go off the sides of the card either. Okay, and then you're going to have this other piece of designer series paper, and this is the one, it has a white background and the back side has the pink gingham. So cute. And we are going to adhere this kind of at the opposite angle, and this piece is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. So we are going to put some adhesive on it. All right, so there we go. We'll just adhere that down there. And then you will have a Pretty in Pink tag. I have already done the embossing on this so that you wouldn't have to watch me do all that. But I use the white embossing powder. And again, this is one of the new embossing powders that Stampin' Up! Came up with. And I think the way they sell this, there's 3 in this pack. It's white, clear, and black. And the one that the gold is in is gold, silver, and I want to say bronze or copper. I don't remember what the third color is, but there are 3 in each package. And they are just super cute and super fun. So since this is already done, we're going to use dimensionals and pop this up. So let me grab those. And it says, make a wish. I tell you what, there was probably different times that if somebody would have sent me this card, I would have been like, wow, I don't need to have a wish because this is just a fun card. All right, so let's peel all this off. All right, so on this, you don't have to do it exactly straight. You can angle it if you'd like. I angled mine just a little, not a lot, but just a little bit, just to make it a little bit whimsical since the rest of the card was kind of at an angle. And then you will have a piece of white cardstock, and on that, you will use this stamp, and you will stamp Pool Party. And let me get mine. And I've already fussy cut this out because I figured I wouldn't make you wait for me to do that. So you will use your Pool Party ink and stamp that on that white piece, and then just fussy cut this around the edges, leaving a white border. And it really was easier than it looks like, because at first I was thinking, I wonder how hard that's going to be, but it really wasn't that bad. And then we are just going to use glue dots and adhere this to our banner. Oh, actually, before we do that, I almost forgot. You will have in your little bag, you will have a couple more. Let me get everything out. You will have a piece of the pink gingham paper, and we are going to adhere this right here, and we'll do that before we put the banner on. And then you will have 2 of the Pool Party tassels and 1 of the Pretty in Pink tassels, and then a little pink flower. So let's go ahead and adhere this pink gingham first. And you'll just kind of put this at the top, kind of in the center, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra. And then we're going to adhere our little banner down and do this with glue dots. And I'm going to move it down just a little bit so that the majority of it is actually on the pink. So let's grab some glue dots and put those on some of this. So we'll do 1 right there. Probably just do about 3, because I don't think you need to do 1 on every little banner, but you definitely don't want it to fall off either. And then We'll do one more right here. Okay. The other thing that I like about glue dots is sometimes, you know, you can kind of make those ball up a little bit, and they kind of give you a little bit of texture, which is kind of fun. So I just did this to where this tail kind of goes up a little bit. You could make it go exactly there and cut it off, but I don't know. I feel like it's already a whimsical looking card, so we'll just keep it looking that way. And then we're going to take our tassels that we have here, and we're going to kind of layer these, and I'm going to use glue to do that. And then we will pop them up on a dimensional, but I'm going to glue them together first. So you'll want to glue them together so that they kind of look, I don't know how well you can see this, so that they look like that. And they just kind of, I don't know, they look like they're all one big thing. You know, back in the day, I used to like to sew, and I don't know, I got into this kick at one point where I made like, I went and bought like a ton of fabric and got all the cute, I'm getting glue all over my thing. I should have done this on the silicone mat, and I didn't do that. But I bought like, you know, the little tassels that you could get for the trim, and I made pillows and tie backs and all kinds of fun stuff. So, and that's what this kind of reminds me of, is doing all of that. Except now we're doing it with paper, which is even more fun. I'm going to wipe this off so that I don't end up with glue all over everything. Here we go. Just make sure it's not sticky. All right, and then we're going to put a dimensional on the back of this, and I'm going to use these small dimensionals. Here they are. And this will also kind of hold it together. If you want, you could take it and put a second one. I don't know that I'm going to, though. I think I'm just going to do the one, and I'll show you why in a second, because part of it's going to be on the pink and part of it's kind of not. So I'm putting this on here so that part of this is hanging off and the other part is up here. You could put a second dimensional underneath this just to kind of hold it in place. In fact, I think I'll do that just to make sure it doesn't fall off later. So, whoops. Let's see if I can do this without messing everything up. There we go. All right, so there we go. And then we will take our little pink flower that you have and just use a glue dot and put that kind of in the middle. And it's okay if it shows through the hole, because we're going to use a dimensional and cover that up. So then we will decorate the front of this. And this is one where you can use as few or as many dimensionals, or not dimensionals, embellishments as you would like, just to make it your own. So let's see, we'll put another one maybe right here. Let's put a small blue one, whoops, in the middle of our flower. There we go. And then we'll stick another one maybe up here. And then how about if we put some of the yellow ones, or the pumpkin pie rather. I love this pumpkin pie color, but I really don't use it a ton, but I really like it. I think it's really cute. All right, so I think that kind of finishes that up. So here you go. Here is card number 4, Make a Wish. So kind of fun. All right, so let me show you all 4 of the cards that we've done. And you pull this down a little bit so that you can see it. If you would like to get this card kit, if you place an order using this host code, then I will send you this card kit in the mail for $35 or more. If your order is, I think I'm going to have to move this up just a little. If your order is $50 or more, I will also include a package of the party dots. Another thing that I failed to mention earlier, but if you do join my team between now and next Tuesday, February 11th, I will still send you this card kit. So if you are hesitant to join my team because you want to get the card kit, please don't hesitate. Don't let that be your deterrent, because we would love to have you. We have a lot of fun. We have a cute, I started to say a cute group. They are cute, but we have a fun group, and we do crafting nights once a month. But if you want more information on being a part of our team, then feel free to go to inkycreationsbylinda.com, and it will give you more information on there. So I hope you've enjoyed this card kit, and I appreciate you watching, whether it's live or on the replay. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Have a great week.